from the No Invite Podcast. No Invite Podcast.
Bang, we in this thing, back again, No Invite Podcast. I'm Blaze. I don't even know what I'm doing sometimes, but I keep doing it and it pisses people off, so I'm gonna continue to keep doing that shit. And we got Pep Mendo back in the building, bro. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing excellent, man. Blessed, man, to see you another day.
Yeah,
how about yourself, brother?
Chilling, bro. And you know what I mean? The same shit, man. Just trying to live. Trying to adjust this whole pandemic shit and whatever the fuck we got going on nowadays. Is like it's something new. 2020 is like undefeated right now.
Yeah, right. It's like a different sci-fi movie every day. You feel me? What's
Every
next?
day.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers coming fucking June 20th.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, all this shit. Have you ever what's it called? Heard of that movie, The Mandela Effect?
The Mandela Effect. Nah, man, I can't even say I did.
Have you ever heard of the Mandela Effect?
That's a negative.
Okay, so the Mandela Effect is basically a situation where people feel like we are in that memories of ours are changing the farther we get away from them, and people in mass groups, like hundreds of thousands of people, recall certain shit that never happened. Like, for instance, they call it the Mandela Effect because a lot of people that lived through that era of him being incarcerated and getting set free, a lot of people recall that differently, and they recall it as, yo, he got killed. He's not alive.
Yeah.
But in reality, he was alive, and he became president of South Africa eventually, I believe, or whatever. And it's a lot of things, like certain cartoons. Like, for instance, there's a famous one. What does the Monopoly Man look like?
He has a black hat. He has some glasses. He has a suit.
And he's like, little hands jumping out.
Yeah, like kind of like one of them dudes that used to be on the Cinnamon Toast Crunch box. You feel me?
Yeah. So he has glasses.
Wendell.
You say he had one of those little glasses or glasses, right?
Yeah, I would say he had one. No,
monocle.
That's the pickle. I mean, not the peanut.
That's the peanut guy.
No, yeah, he had glasses. He had glasses, right?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that nowhere in history, ever in the whole history of the brand, apparently has he ever had glasses.
What?
Let's see how we recall it different, right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of different things like that, and it's a theory that people have and they say that this is a simulation that we're living in. The Matrix, exactly, literally like that. So the whole fucking the Mandela Effect is a lot of people. It's basically that's what it is. A lot of people now, they go back and they think of stuff from the past,
just like kind of
and it's
like
changed.
Yeah, even kind of like we all got that cousin, we be chilling with, getting lit, drinking, whatever the case may be. And, they're always telling the same story to different people.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So then, you happen to be around them when it's some of these multiple people, and you're like, man, hold on. He just added a couple more.
Motherfucker, you told me something different.
Yeah, but, I never threw him out there like that.
No.
I ain't gonna hang because
the essence of the story was there, but the details kind of like,
I was like, that motherfucker wasn't even in the last one.
Where he come from?
Yeah,
this
right?
Must be a new one.
That's real shit, though. I feel it. Like, it's like, remember in elementary school, they used to make us play telephone? Mm-hmm. So that by the time it got out, it was like some old other shit. Yeah. Kind of that effect.
It is that effect, and it's also like, but a lot of people's recollection, though, is like, that's where it differs in the sense that it's a lot of people, and not people that know each other or before the internet. Like, a lot of people recall that, and they say a lot of it started happening in the past couple years, and that's why the shit that we're dealing with is so, like, unbelievable. And because they're saying that the one theory, there's a bunch of theories, bro. Like I said, I watch movies, and I read a book called The Holographic Universe, and talks about quantum mechanics and how the universe is believed to really work, and why so many things that are unexplainable to religion or science are actually possible, right? It's a dope book. You got to read it if you get a chance.
Remember Quantum Leap? Remember that shit?
Yeah, remember? Oh, that's bad though, because he used to come back as a woman sometimes, and all that shit. It's like, that's fucked up.
Like, what the fuck happened to the dude?
But yeah, so you know, with that being said, it's like that book, the whole theory right now. One of them saying that the Hadron Collider, the thing they got in Switzerland, that they're supposed to be able to break particles or some shit off. I'm real side, like I said, I like it, but I'm not super into it. Anyways, they said that when they set that thing first off, it knocked us into a parallel universe.
Okay.
And basically, that's why we're like right now we're kind of like floating between both. You know what I'm saying? That's why weird shit like the fucking corona and all the little shit that you think that would never happen is happening. Like our president, that's crazy. It's like, bro, what the fuck? On. Remember when it was, I'm not saying it couldn't happen because California elected the Terminator. So. Yeah,
right? I mean, at the end of the day, if you threw the motherfucker that killed Predator, as our governor, like, I mean, and I hate to, down the good people of California like that, so.
Hey, it is what it is, bro.
But at the end of the day, that dude right there, man, was just a straight joke, and just kind of like we got old fucking. Remember, Donald Trump used to be in the pizza commercials and shit. Yeah. Like now he's the president. Like what other fucking president's ever been in a pizza commercial? Yeah. You know what I
mean? But I bet you, me and you had, let's say we had unlimited budget, and we were like, fuck it, president, vice president, run 2024. We're out here. Mm-hmm. What's happening? We'd be unqualified. They'd be telling us we're unqualified to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Sure, it's like all that shit, bro. To me, is just a joke. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know what I mean. When things like that are allowed to happen, and even in upfront, it's just that it's more like we don't give a fuck about your feelings, because the government's always been corrupt. We know that. Oh, for sure. And I mean, the world, the United States was built on corruption. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like now we got people stolen everything.
Yeah, people.
They came up on loot.
Exactly right. Them motherfuckers had to come back 3 or 4 times to get deeper to be able to take on the natives that were here, you know what I mean? Christopher Columbus's punk ass, you feel me?
About time they start tearing them motherfucking statues down. I was waiting for that shit to happen. Yeah, like them gotta go, just like the holiday gotta go. Imagine,
that should have been gone.
Imagine having a holiday for like General Lee or one of these southern, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what that is. That's the equivalent of that, bro, because all the shit that person did and all the fucking murders and mayhem and just filth they did, it's like, that's crazy.
I mean, but and the real sad part about it, I mean, shit like the Holocaust, shit like that, right? And unfortunately, I'm one of those people that's believing that, man, we're in like some pre-stages of something big. I don't want to go too deep into it, but just everybody stay safe. And look, as the United States government was built on corruption, now you got people committing suicide because of this whole pandemic that's going on. And then the revolution is definitely pumping right now. Shout out Black Lives Matter and everybody doing their thing. Fuck the police. And this is all coming at once in the United States. And they felt like all these years, these motherfuckers been hiding aliens. They felt like this was a good time to throw it in the mix, right? Yeah. Like they couldn't even wait for none of this shit to be over. You know? They're like, fuck it, while you guys are at it, throw the Martians in the mix.
I'm just trying to find out what's up with the murder hornets, bro. It's supposed to be mayhem with that. Like, you see how they specifically lined all that stuff up to fucking like back to like bombard people. Like I said, man, it's fucking aliens out here. The other day we was in the city, no bullshit. And you know what I mean? Me and my old lady were in the city, and we see flashings of light, and it looks like lightning, but they can't hear no thunder, and it's bright. It's lighting up the sky. I'm like, man, what is that? I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird, So I got kind of like a weird vibe off that shit. I told my girl, she was like, she looked at it, she seen it a couple times too. She's like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Whatever. It might have been some weather back that night or whatever, but yesterday it was another joke. Like people keep putting that shit in the atmosphere. Like it was somebody else was saying, look at those clouds. They look like spaceships. Yesterday all the clouds were round, bro, like discs.
Many.
Yeah, like there was hell of them, right? So yeah, man, like I said, it's if you ask me, it's a conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? Fucking
no, I feel it, bro.
Aliens are coming if they aren't already here.
It's about to be Independence Day. Put it that way. You feel me? Man. It's about to be. I'm
keeping it real. If the aliens are cool, I'm fucking with the aliens, bro, because they got to be something better than this.
And they burning something.
If they let's get high, man. Like, look, before you want to shoot me with your fucking proton gun and shit, check this out, man. I want you to introduce you something from Earth, man.
Right.
It's from here.
Right.
What are you smoking on?
Exactly.
And them motherfuckers high.
The motherfuckers are out there stupid far gone. They're probably looking at us like, look at these fucking idiots. You feel me?
We're probably like ants in a fucking in one of those ant farms, bro. To be honest with you, if they're really superior and when it comes to technology wise and stuff like that, like our thinking is just too small. It's not that we don't have the potential right now to be on that same level. It's just that, like I said, our thinking is still primitive in the way that we treat people and we treat our environment. Like we would go for greed over getting money still and doing something that doesn't destroy your surroundings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real shit.
So they're probably looking at us like, these motherfuckers, we're the murder wasps.
Well, think about it. And then they're probably like, well, let's spy on their leader, the president, right? And they're like, this motherfucker eats McDonald's and shit, and
they're like,
he's dumb as fuck. He was the first president to ever hide in that bunker.
That's ridiculous, bro.
You know, that dude's a fucking coward. He's a dodger too, a draft dodger.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I mean, it's just that's why with elections and stuff, when I see people like that in power, I just be like, you know what?
It's a joke, bro.
It takes me, and it takes me to my next topic. Well, really, the topic I wanted to talk to you about is talking about ownership. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know what it is, and we're having a conversation off mic about stuff like that, and we're just seeing it. But to me, right now, ownership is very important in anything that you do. Social media has made it to where anybody could be a brand and a star and a public figure. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So in the public figures, gather followers and stuff like that. So definitely. Social media has given the everyday person a platform, and a lot of times we do stuff and we work, but we don't do it for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And I'm a firm believer, like, you gotta, like me, when I was coming up, you gotta pay your dues. You gotta do what you gotta do. You're gonna do a lot of free shit. You're gonna do a lot of favors. This is how it goes. Mm-hmm. But then you have to understand that. I mean, we were saying that shit.
Yeah,
you gotta
no, for sure. And I feel like, when it comes to like what we do, we have families. We have jobs.
Yeah.
And so I value something, and it's my time. Like, if I'm really with you and spending some of my time with you, it's because I'm trying to spend time with people that are like-minded and doing the same thing I'm doing, trying to move in a direction where it's really just natural. There's no real stress behind it, because we already got we got the kids,
life.
we got life, and it's
we got
like
aliens, corona, stupid ass
right.
president,
And the last thing you need when you're at your trying to at your getaway is Debbie Downer ass people.
Yeah. No, and then you're right, and because we have that, and that's the new wave now, is you're out there like that, and we're gonna do favors and all that, but also always remember to build your own brand. That's what I tell people all the time, and that's what I'm telling the listeners right now is like, make sure that the brand building is important, having ownership of yourself, and not only that, but of something else. Like you gotta have, you gotta be doing something else, another business. Do something besides your regular 9-to-5 stuff. For sure. Well, no matter what it is, everybody good at something. Everybody don't gotta do the same shit.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody has a talent, and everyone can really actually make their mind grow, let their time be productive, so that's for stuff that's going to be here a lot longer than we are. One day we're going to be gone. Man. Yeah, exactly. And ultimately I do this for the kids, for my daughter, to know that never stop chasing what you're after. You know what I'm saying? Never forget to express yourself. You know what I'm saying? And do that, build the brand and
follow your dreams.
Exactly.
Follow
and be your number one fan, because if not, in this negative world, man, what you gotta hold your head up high, and you gotta keep on moving. So I feel like ownership and your brand is basically you, and as far as it goes is hard as you're grinding to get it there. You know what I'm saying? And in this, I feel like it's the barter system. Like, we might not necessarily do the same thing, but everyone's bringing something to the table, and it needs to be recognized that we're all grown men doing business and also expressing ourselves. And ain't no time for bitch assness. You feel me?
It just gotta be mutual, and and that's a part of the thing. It's like all the little backbiting and ego shit. When it comes to putting stuff together, it makes it difficult. Like, but you gotta have ownership though. The main thing is that you gotta own your own stuff. Whenever you work with somebody, it shouldn't be no egos involved. You come into it like, hey, we're gonna team up, or I'm gonna get behind my partner's ideas, and or somebody. Like I said, man, I know how to pick a role between being a leader and playing my part.
Yeah.
And that's part of it. You feel what I'm saying? And when you have ownership like that, of course you want to deal with other people that are like-minded, like you said, and you want to have possessions of like I said, build your own fucking brand, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
while you're if you're gonna help build somebody else's brand, build your brand too.
Exactly. And the best thing when you do something like that is that hopefully the person that you're helping is recognizing it, you know?
Yeah. And I mean that's the I think the price that we all have to pay when we're doing this, because you're gonna meet all kinds of people, all kinds of personalities, and it's all about setting up a perfect team, kind of like a football team when you're working on anything really. Like if, let's say it's your idea, you're the quarterback, but you need help from other people. You need your receiver, you need your tight end, all that stuff like that, and your cameraman, your DJ, whatever. You gotta if you're the quarterback, you gotta make sure you delegate the right stuff. You know what I mean? You figure out what they can and can't do, what they like to do, and utilize them to the best thing. When I was going to LMC, we took a little, it's like a survey, and it's like, I guess it's like a personality survey, and it determined what kind of work style you have. Okay. So, in our class in LMC, we had to pick our own team to do our final. Yeah. So we had to go and basically walk around like, what are you today? I'm looking for somebody that's fit this area right here. Okay, bam, we got that covered. We need somebody that's good at this area, because some people are more organized. Some people are more like detailed driven. Other people are more spontaneous and more like spur of the moment and vocal, type shit. So it's like, it's about putting your best team together, and that's what it is. You got to own your own stuff. There shouldn't be no egos involved. We're all coming together on this, you know what I'm saying? It's all our brands. It's all our ideas. It's not about who thought of what or any of that. We're coming together to make something good.
For sure. And I feel like if everybody, there's not one man above the crew, and we're all pushing each other to do better, Yeah. It's never been, hey, this is just me, It's always like, hey, I worked with him, we did this, and we were able to put something together that was pretty good, Yeah.
And it's the gym, bro. Like, steel sharpens steel, man. If you're around like-minded people, they're about the same thing, owning their own company, building their brand, willing to work and take something to create something that might be bigger than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of people that I keep around me. That's the kind of people I want to be around me, because I know I could come to them, bounce ideas. They could bounce ideas back off me and be like, yeah, yo, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the other. And the ultimate outcome is something that's worth having invested that time.
No, for sure. Good content, and giving the people what they want to see, And I mean, as far as anything else, it's just trying to get that team, like you said, you mesh with, whether it's you're playing football or whatever other sport you want to run in, or even doing just a regular average job, Yeah. It's like, hey, you go grab get the jack, pump up the car, I pull off the tire, then let's get the fuck out of here, It's the pit crew, It's not let me stand here and watch you fucking change the tire, you know what I mean? It's like, we're all trying to get the fuck out of here.
But I emphasize to everybody ownership, bro. Whatever you're doing, make sure that you own it creatively. Because people will try to exploit your art. So at least if you're just in it for art and only making art, just make sure that at least you have ownership of what you're doing, so that if anyone does try to exploit your art without your permission, you're able to do something about it if you feel the need to.
For sure,
you know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
But a lot of artists, man, I like our city where it's going, because a lot of artists, that's exactly what they are, and they're just building their brand.
For sure.
They're brand building. They're making moves, doing what they got to do, and I just want to see. I want to see more of that out here, but just not only with, because I'm speaking on the musician scale, like rapper scale and all that stuff. But it's the same thing with people that own businesses, people that run in like I said, we were talking about fucking trying to get on some film school shit. It's like, it's out there, bro. There's people out there that know a lot of shit, and I'm sure that they're, just like us, they do the same shit. Like, I just want to find and team up with somebody that could point me in the right direction on what I would need to, I'll tell them this is what I want to do, what do I need to do to get there?
I agree, and that's the thing though. It's trying something different usually, which puts you where you need to be, and stepping out of your comfort zone, leaving that ego at the house. You feel me? Along with all the bad attitudes and shit like that, because then you're open to more people. Like people you would think, oh man, I'd never be fucking with these people. Next thing you know, you're learning something from this person, or you're getting something that you'll carry with you for the lifelong run. And you'll always be able to carry that with you.
That's true to life networking, bro. That's the word of it. You fuck with people that do things they're interested in, things you're interested, and by fucking with them and being part of that community, you learn more and get more experience in what it is that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? In that shit. So
I feel like even right now where we're at, I don't know about you, but I feel like there's like a level to it right now. Like it's like I'm gonna stay at this level until all this shit's over with.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's I'm looking at it like, damn, when is this shit gonna be over? We got all this shit on TV. These white people calling the cops on people for no reason. It's a lot. It's a lot to even be able to sit here and try to express ourselves, because there's so much going on right now.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. And I had a whole episode talking about it, and I always get off into stuff like that because that's usually just what it is. Like me, as far as just, cause my thing is I try my best to make sense of it all by not trying to make sense of it all.
Do you think it affected your creativity in a good way or in a bad way?
I think in a good way.
Yeah, right?
Because I feel like right now more than ever, there's so many levels to stuff. People are always gonna need something to take their mind off of what's going on, and like how they say unplugged. Like people are gonna always need something, to besides like, because you could get on social media and really depending on where you're at, your state of mind. Social media could make you happy or it could piss you off.
No, for sure.
And it's only because you see a lot of negativity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're just like, fuck. Like you just start feeling like, I feel like you are your vibes and what you're around you. You know what I'm saying? What you're exposed to has a lot to do with how you are for the rest of the day, maybe even for the rest of your life. You feel what I'm saying?
Which wolf you feed,
Yeah. So my thing is, with that being said, and knowing vibes, is I'm very careful about those. You know what I mean? Careful about the people and the energy. And even with this, like, I'm addicted to my phone pretty much like everybody else is, right?
That's what it was designed to do.
Exactly. But at least what I make it a thought to always acknowledge that, okay, if I get off my phone and I see some shit that pisses me off, why am I mad? You feel me? Why am I mad? Okay, before I start fucking walking around with it, because like I said, it could lift you up, it could bring you down.
And you know what though? I feel like when it comes to even that, like the quicker you get rid of the negative energy, like if you are mad and you address it and you try to be like, what the fuck is it? Let's get it out the way. I feel like it'll help you move, because there's a lot of people, they'll carry some shit with them forever. They'll fucking hate you from the time you stepped on their shoe in 3rd grade and shit,
They'll hate you because you don't like their football team or something.
And my thing is like, man, that shit's them motherfuckers ain't paying me.
Fuck the Raiders.
Yeah, fuck the Raiders.
My bad.
The Vegas
all my Raider fans know what time it is, though. We've been talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah, we're Niner fans.
Yeah, this is what it is. Unfortunately, I've had Raider fans on there with me, though, and they talk that shit, you know what I mean? And rightfully so, because if you're a Raider fan, you want to come on the show and rep your team, go ahead, bro. This the Bay, baby. Oh, man. Well, this the Bay, but I'm just saying.
But I mean,
we got love for
Vegas too.
We got love for Vegas too all day, baby. That's for a fact, though.
Right? I'll always be happy going out that way.
Yeah, and shout out my brother Chico Spitz, man. You know what I mean? Holding Vegas down out there, So that's real. That's real talk, I think now it's just not even about that, because if it went somewhere, that's cool that it went to Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But it's just about, how we are, us Niner fans and Raider fans are. We finna throw our little jabs when we can.
Yeah, and I'm just doing this shit for fun. None of these people are. I
can't put it this way. I can't get that mad to where I'll get off the internet and really be like, I don't fuck with that dude no more because he called my team a name or something. You know what I mean?
I can't do that.
That's
like what's next?
Yeah, I mean it's not a big deal.
That's some kindergarten shit. And but I mean there is motherfuckers like that.
Yeah, but we had to take a pause for the cause and throw that out there for my Raider fans. You feel me? Because in reality, bro, we like I always say, we like family, bro. Like this is like I call it? It's like a divorce. You know what I'm saying? It's like you didn't really get along with your stepbrother, but he was still cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now it's like, fuck, man. It's like
he's still my brother.
He's still my brother, but now he ain't around all the time. You're like, damn, it's kind of boring without him. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel it.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually wanted the Raiders to stay in Oakland.
I wanted him too. Keep it 1,000, bro. Like I said, bro. No hate.
Because they belong in that shithole stadium. Nah.
It was just cool, bro. Think about it now. Like, I think Northern California had more teams than Southern California. Now it's reversed.
Yeah, right. Now
you know
everybody and their mamas over there.
It's like, damn, we couldn't stay stacked up here too. You feel me? Like all of Cali, but because Cali's big anyways. But you know, it is what it is, bro.
And you know, they go where the money goes.
Yeah. In the end, that's all it was about: money and location. What you gonna?
Gonna
give me?
And it's to the point now with football, man, that
football's wrestling, bro. Yeah. It's wrestling with cleats.
Exactly. That's exactly how I see it. Wrestling and cleats.
You said it earlier, bro. That's real shit.
Yeah. Hey, the fucking the flood happens and all of a sudden the New Orleans Saints win the Super Bowl and
the Patriots win the Super Bowl on 9/11
and then the Boston Red Sox, remember they had the Boston bombing?
Yeah, and they win and
like what else, man?
Y'all need a distraction.
And then exactly, right? So I put it in the same place. I used to be that one that's, man, I don't give a fuck when the Niners are playing. I'm not doing nothing else, you know?
Yeah.
But I still watch the games. But it's like watching your favorite wrestler at this point.
Yeah,
you know,
you're just glad that your team's doesn't suck right now.
Exactly, right.
It's like because after that,
I still always care like to the point where it's like they're good.
I don't care, and I don't give a fuck because I know everybody else too. If we win the Super Bowl, I'll be like talking shit too.
Yeah, we won the championship.
Regardless if I feel like how I feel like. So what? It's our turn. We fight. Just like you said, your favorite wrestler is like fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
You still want your favorite wrestler to win.
Yeah, you still wrestling. You just know what you're watching it for now. Like
exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Just entertainment.
Yeah,
just like boxing, the whole shebang. You know, the only thing I don't know. I mean, I guess you could fix them with a lot of submissions, but I like watching the mixed martial arts.
I think to me that's still like really a real of the real because since there's submissions and all that stuff, motherfuckers don't want to fuck around. They're gonna try to take your head off if they can. Sure. You feel me? Like and it's such a art, bro. Like it's crazy.
That shit's tight. To me, it's like the equivalent of playing Street Fighter. Remember that you have like people fighting different styles, or like Bloodsport. Remember?
Yeah, Bloodsport. I just watched that movie the other day. The Kumite. I swear I just watched that the other day. But yeah, you're right. Like that, and it's an art form. I'm not sure, but I could have swore somebody said that even Bruce Lee knew that his style compared to like a Muay Thai or basically like what mixed martial artist style of in jiu-jitsu and stuff, martial arts was actually probably like better than his style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just fast, but I'm pretty sure everybody couldn't be that fast.
Well, you know what Bruce Lee
besides how dope he was.
Bruce Lee was able to take, you know, little bits and pieces from like Wing Chun and different striking. So he ended up making his shit called Tao Jeet Kune Do.
Yeah.
The Jeet Kune Do. And I know that because like in high school, one of my homies had a book. He's like, looks the Bruce Lee book, you know? And it shows
all his workouts and shit?
And it would show you some of the holds and shit too.
Yeah,
like,
okay,
you know,
that's dope. Yeah,
feel real Bruce Lee-ish. But I remember the book. I used to always be sitting, I used to be breaking down trees on the Tao Jeet Kune Do, you know? But Bruce Lee was a fucking beast.
They just had his 30 for 30. I didn't watch it yet, but
I haven't either.
They just had his 30 for 30 on ESPN. Bruce Lee, legend, bro, from the Bay Area, baby, San Francisco. He out here. You know what I mean? So that's how you know, like to me growing up here, that was one of the main dudes. And there's so many legendary stories about that dude. Like he was no joke. But yeah, man, it's real. It's really real with the sports nowadays. I feel like you're right. It's kind of funny baloney.
No, it is. So now, I mean, I'm trying to choose to kind of focus on what the fuck's going on in our world, man. You know, because I'm looking at it like, bro, are we going to war? Are the aliens coming? Or are we? I'm
just riding the wave, bro. I'm just doing me and proceeding, being cautious as always, and watching and paying attention. But it's like. My thing, I just try not to. I just keep it moving. Oh, aliens are coming. All right. When I see one fly down, then we finna find out.
No, I feel it. I'd be on the same height, but it's just be like, even to the point where it's like, man, I ain't trying. I'm not right now. I'm trying to watch these motherfuckers flip cop cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's about time, you know. About time, like you were talking.
Next?
Threw those motherfuckers in the water, you know.
Bro, what's next, bro? Really though, real talk though, because it feels like every situation keeps outdoing the other situation, or it's like too perfect for the time. You know what I mean? It's like we went from pandemic to revolution to what's next, you know. And in between then little things sprinkled in there like confirming that the UFOs and murder wasps and you know what I mean. It's like, come on, y'all. Like,
so it's like it's like a sci-fi movie.
I could dig it. You know what else is like a sci-fi movie? Is these fucking Karens out here, bro.
Bro, what the fuck?
Wow, I can't. When I see videos like that, bro, I be trying to figure out what the fuck do these people really be thinking, bro? Like, what goes on through your head to think that you could come down and say some shit like that to people, and not only just do that, but to think that nothing will happen to you. Like, everybody reacts different.
No, I feel you, and my thing is like they're pretty. I feel like they're just naive, and they feel like just their white presence alone demands respect. They don't understand the fact that they will get their ass whooped, you know.
And also, they live in a bubble. Let's face it. The shit that people are talking about with police brutality, racial profiling, they've never had to feel that.
No, the police are nice to them.
The police, they have it's like night and day. You know what I mean? Their perspective, and it's because you never had to deal with that. Like, so you don't know what it's like to be behind the gun.
But you know what though? It's just, you know, like, let's say you go into your old family albums and, you know, blow the dust off them motherfuckers and just go back generation to generation. We're gonna see motherfuckers in huaraches with a big ass sombrero at some point, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of these Karens, you know, you go back a couple of generations, they probably got pictures of their granddaddy hanging people in the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So fuck for sure. So it's been embedded in them.
Yeah,
like,
and
they were they were raised to hate black and brown and Asian and anybody else that's not white because they have that. You know, for some reason, I mean, I don't know where the fuck they get the logic. They think that, you know, there wasn't people here before, you know.
Yeah.
So
I feel like their thing is that
go back to England, bitch.
Hey, like that. Did you see that one Karen that got slapped by that native chick?
Yeah.
Man, so dope, bro. There's artwork. Somebody remade an artwork. You know, the Batman slapping Robin.
Oh yeah, go back to Mexico. Yeah.
Hey, they remade that shit. That shit's hard, bro. I forgot who the artist is, but the lady, the female. Shout out to her. Much respect. As you should do that. Right. You didn't take it overboard, but you had to let her know one time like this, like you could get it. Because real talk, some people need that. Some people need that awakening. It's like if you can't tell people's pain and what they're going through, and you're really out here like thinking that you could talk to anybody, it's like, hold on, you're jumping out your bubble now.
Yeah.
Because you're not just gonna talk to anybody like that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And then I mean, I feel like some of this, a lot of this is borderline mental illness, man. Like.
It is.
You see these people, and like, look, I seen a video where like every time a brother walked by this lady's house, she was yelling rape out that motherfucker. Like,
yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen
that. Yeah.
It's like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like,
that's fucking.
Like, knowing that could possibly get this man shot and killed, but they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
That's real talk. And you know what it is, bro? It's like
it's Donald Trump giving everybody a pass to be racist, because if the president don't give a fuck about what he's saying, it's giving them that, you know.
Well, it's a lot of brainwashed people, bro. It's like they anything that the TV and the government feeds them, they believe in without question. And, you know, history has shown time and time again that that's not always the case. You know, there's been instances of corruption all throughout the history of this whole government, right? So let's just be what it is. But you know, so people are so brainwashed and willing. I feel like it's their anchor, because the reality of it is that they're not, although they are in power, they are not the majority.
Yeah.
Especially out here.
And plus, it's not. I mean, we're lucky to even be out here in the Bay Area, because if you go out to these rural towns, it's real deal Holyfield. Like out here, and that's what shocks me so much about these people getting found hanging outside of courtrooms and shit like that.
Yeah, I know all about that, bro.
Like, bro, this is some shit I would be hearing about in Arkansas, Alabama, Virginia, some fucking shithole town out there.
No, but it's out here. But I mean, that's because that's very clearly a message. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. And then there's no supposedly no footage, and it's at the courtroom. How many cameras? You walk out to the street right now, you'll see a bunch of cameras.
Most people, and they'll tell you, like, psychologically wise, from what I heard, that most people that do that, they don't do it somewhere out in the open. Like, they go into, they'll be in their house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, they do something like that somewhere secluded. You know what I mean?
I mean, don't get me wrong. You get your bridge jumpers.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like...
But even then, they could just disappear into the water and, like, you know? It's not like, hey, I'm fucking hanging here for the world to see.
Yeah, that's different. That's like a whole different form because of the way that the hanging, and I guess it's supposed to mean something, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
for sure. Bro, that shit has a history. I've seen
I'm saying as far as when people hang themselves, like... But
there's a whole certain...
Like, you know, everything has to do, like, the way people do it has to do with them.
And even then, now we have to fight maybe the coroner in that town is, you know, another person elbows grease. Like what they checked, they did the autopsy on George Floyd and they said
had to go do another one.
Yeah, and the second one said that he died from asphyxiation, and the first one was like, oh, he was doing drugs.
And that's what to me is when it comes to the Karens is that it's what's so fucking ridiculous.
That's what gets people killed.
Yeah, it gets people killed, but it's like you see the truth for yourself. It's out there, just like you believe whatever is being told to you on this side. When something comes out and is told to as fact, you'll still find a way to refute it or what do you call it? Fucking rationalize it, make it like, oh, this is why, and these why you motherfuckers is getting shot. This why it's because of how y'all live, and y'all want to live like this. Like, no, bro, no.
People are getting shot in their beds watching TV.
People are getting doors getting kicked out on accident. You know what I'm saying? What about dude? Remember the police officer, the lady that walked into his apartment and shot him.
Yeah,
and they really took hella long to even get her to get arrested, and then she eventually got convicted. But you know what I'm saying? Those like
that would have been me or you, and there's so many wrongfully convicted people sitting in jail right now
under the fucking prison.
You know what I'm saying?
That's where the fuck we'd be at.
Yeah, bro.
If we even got to make it out, like even if they even decided to take us in, because all they had to do is just what they always do. They'll go out there and they're dangerous. Oh, we thought he had a gun. He was on the run already for a murder. Boom, boom, boom. We shot him.
Yeah.
Okay, case closed.
Right.
You know how many people that probably didn't have none of that, or fled for their life out of fear, not because they were trying to do something to them.
Nah, for sure, and even then, it's like I've been seeing a lot of these side by side profiles of same crime. This guy's getting 4 years. This guy's getting fucking 25, 30 years. It's like they don't give a fuck playing with people's freedom, locking people up, just another number.
It's crazy. That's what makes that's why you Karens out there are wilding, because people are tired. So if you think it's the back in the days, you think that making America great was back to a time when you could just talk to anybody however you want to. You got us fucked up, because that's not the America we living in out here. So
you'll get your shit stomped out, Karen.
Yeah, Karens out in the world. If you want to help your cause, the best thing you do is just not do nothing at all. Stay your ass in the house.
You don't own the block.
Stay in the bubble. Stay in your bubble. You don't own everything. Just remember this. You know, stay in your bubble. If you want to have supreme control over everything and tell everybody, talk to whoever you want, stay in your fucking house.
Yeah.
Because that's not how the real world works. Right. Especially nowadays. Because to me, bro, I ain't gonna lie, the Karen videos are super gratifying, but only if something happens. Like, there's been a few videos where the Karens, you know, they just talking reckless and nobody's doing nothing. Somebody's just filming them. I'm like,
but you know what though? Yeah, I feel it, right?
2-piece combo.
But even then, though, you know what's really been hitting them where it hurts is the fact that a lot of these bitches are getting fired and shit.
Exposed. Yeah. But are they really?
Yeah, right.
But are they really? It's my thing. I don't know. But you're right, though. That to me, it's gratifying that anytime anybody like that gets fucking slapped in the mouth, bro.
Especially someone that these people are just so
get it direct
entitled.
From the source. Stop getting told from somebody else or somebody that don't care, to somebody that never felt like it, that it's bad to be like this. Come find out that it's really bad to be like this. Get smacked in your mouth and get it from the source. That way you can fucking realize it. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, you probably shouldn't talk like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? That's just years of them talking however they want to whoever they want.
To whoever they want
when they see black and brown people, they see help. They see criminals. They don't see another person. So
they don't see humans, bro.
They don't, and that's why, like, just I watch a lot of these videos where these people are trying to tell them that they don't live in the apartment complex. Like, bitch, how you know everybody in the apartment complex? And this is what gets me fucked up. Like you said, where do they get the balls to do some shit like this? Like,
what makes you?
Because you know why? Entitlement. That's it.
That's exactly what it is. And in no way, shape, or form do I want to say nothing, because like I'm not. It's not making a blanket statement. So when I talk about Karen, that's why I addressed it as Karens. Yeah. Because Karens are a certain type of white women. It's not all white ladies.
No, for sure.
There's a lot of very good white people out there, great white people that not only are with us, but you know, they know it. Even on both sides, even like Republican, there's like a lot of. One thing I could say is it was this time around. Hopefully, there was more of an awakening on both sides. Like, okay, this is getting a little out of hand, bro. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it could be, it really can be anybody in the end. But right now, it's mainly black and brown people.
Yeah. And I just kind of want where we're heading, especially with what's going on in the government. Like, this is the time that all of us need to be united as one, you know, and to knock out all this bullshit that's been going on.
And start owning shit.
San Francisco was talking about they did a lot of police reform. So
they're gonna have a special, like, it's gonna be
like neighborhood.
They're taking the responsibility from cops on certain calls, like. For instance, mental health issues like homeless person or something like that.
More like a counselor or something.
More like a counselor and a doctor. That's basically what it is. It's like a team, but it's more based on treatment than it is like
getting your ass
confrontation. Basically,
right?
Because it's like, really, what do cops do? They're gonna tell you, whatever you're doing, stop doing what you're doing. Oh, you're not gonna listen? Come here.
We're gonna beat your ass.
We're gonna beat your ass. You're gonna resist. Who knows what might happen if you're lucky to make it to the county jail. And now you're in the system. You're just clogging up the system. When really the dude was probably batshit crazy and needed somebody to speak to them in a real way, not a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like that, bro. And don't get me wrong, that's a dangerous job too, because you're taking the same risk as a policeman, but you're probably not armed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The difference is that I hope they train those people good enough to know that, like, okay, identify a situation that they're not in control of, or it's potentially vital, and they call that backup in and be like, yo, this is what it is. They make that call, like, okay, this person's totally irrational.
It's time for you guys to come.
It's time for y'all to
come whoop his ass.
Yeah, well, if need to, like if the motherfucker's socking up people, like I've seen videos of motherfuckers socking up people in the street for no reason. It's like,
but you know what pisses me off? Really, fuck the cops when it comes to them situations, right?
It's the people around there.
Yeah, like you see a lot of videos of like old women getting punched in the face, and
people standing around watching.
You know, and I'm not trying to sound like Captain America or nothing, but come on, you ain't finna do that shit in front of me.
Not no old lady, bro.
Come on, like square up, you know.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. So stuff like that. You know, San Francisco is doing a lot of shit, and hopefully, you know, I feel like it's good. Things are changing, no matter what. Whether it's changing for the better or worse, we don't know yet. But things are changing. I feel like people should be more conscious, and like you said, I also feel like I was saying with the ownership. Like right now is the time to. We don't know where things are going, but don't let that feeling just make you abandon all posts and don't vote and don't do this, don't do that, don't build your life up because you're like, fuck it, we don't know what's gonna happen. Live dangerous, live loose, live reckless. Nah, man. Still plan your future out. You know, still have your goals, man, and put yourself in a position of ownership where people can't take stuff from you. You know what I mean? Yeah. You own your neighborhood. If you live where you live at, you own your neighborhood. You're not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff that Nipsey was hollering, that's really like what really has to be pushed along with everything else for the like the fight for equal rights and stuff like, and opportunities. You know, it has to, and police reform. People have to really seize the moment. Yeah, you know,
for sure.
Seize the moment. A lot of these people are gonna want to be like, okay, well, maybe I should invest, maybe, or even if it's just political pressure or whatever to put money into these communities, is like, you gotta.
Yeah,
own
and
it,
I mean,
bro.
not even just that though. It's a lot of house cleaning to do, you know, and because it doesn't just fall on the police officers, it falls on the crooked judges.
Everything. It's just reform. There's a lot of reform needs to happen, and it's not, I'm saying it can't happen.
And we took a step in the right direction. You know, we're going places, you know, right now that haven't, you know, open books that haven't been, you know, opened yet. So
definitely 2020 is a motherfucker.
Yeah, and shit, I remember the 80s.
It's a fucking Stephen King novel and shit.
Yeah, for sure. And at the end of the day, I just look at it like, spend time with your family, you know, and make sure you tell who you love. And really, you know, we don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring, but just, you know, make sure that you
just don't abandon your shit, bro.
Don't abandon the ship. You got to play all the way down like the motherfuckers on Titanic.
Exactly. You gotta, like, you perfect. You gotta, to the very end, you gotta see it, because you don't know, and if the reaction is that's the reaction they want from us, then we're playing right into somebody's hand. You feel me? So always prepare. Take care of yourself. Take care of home. Arm yourself. Love yourself. Do all the things you're supposed to do. Pep, what's up, man? Where can everybody find you, bro?
IG Pep Mendo. We got the pull-up show popping. We just dropped yesterday. The Nick James is on there. Who is Nick James? You can follow him too. He's out of Pittsburgh, man. He's a great artist. Shout out, check that out, Nick James.
Tonight at work, that's what I'm on.
We got the second episode of Pull Up coming up, and that's gonna be with Sammy the Ghost. Shout out Sammy.
Dope.
I'm also doing an interview with the brother that's incarcerated right now. Actually doing 60.
You were telling me about that.
Doing 60 years, nobody died in his case.
That's dope, man. Pep on his a real like.
So we on the movement, man. Trying to get every voice heard. His name's Rich. You could go freedaddyrich.com. You could hear his story, read his paperwork. He has all his paperwork on there. It's really professionally done. I got that interview popping this week, so stay tuned.
That's dope, man. And me, I'm looking right now to basically everything that I've been doing. I'm trying to keep the consistency with the No Invite going. I got a couple little projects on deck, but nothing major. But what I do got coming up, and I'm probably gonna have to do like because of social distancing and stuff. I'm probably gonna have to do maybe a fucking, what is that called, a Zoom meeting style one, but I'll have the audio from that, so of course I could post the audio.
Okay.
But I might have to do a Zoom style meeting with this guy, but he used to be security and for a lot of industry people.
Okay.
And he got stories of, man, fuck, you name it. So we finna sit down and have a conversation with him and find out, I'm talking about Redman and all kinds of rap and hip-hop figures. Classics, yeah, like old school shit, but like, so he got. And just know that a security guard, man, lives a real life. You know what I'm saying? They be having it. To be honest with you, I wish I was a security guard, because if I could just punch motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
And get paid for it.
Psh, it's not like I'm gonna punch everybody, but when it's time to punch that person, I can. It's good, man.
Right.
That's a check worth getting right there.
Yeah, right.
That's anger management.
Hey, it's also you in the line of fire, you know.
That is true. So
it's tit for tat.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have it all, baby.
You
gotta pick something.
You can't have your cake and eat it too, son.
Yeah, and whatever you get, be happy with it.
No, right?
But yeah, make sure that y'all follow us and check in with us. The No Invite is consistently consistent.
Just keeping it popping.
Episode 33 in the bag. I like to take this time to shout out all the fans out there. Shout out all the haters. I like to shout out. Let me see. I gotta go down the list, man. There's a lot of motherfuckers.
Man, shout out Saint Kicks.
Shout out Saint Kicks. For keeping my sneaker game right. For being out there, always fucking with me on some real shit. Shout out Half. Shout out my brother Chico. Shout out all RiBirth. We just gonna do a little quick shout. It's like the old school. Remember the old school albums and shit, Barry albums? They have a whole track at the end. It's just all shout outs, because they shouting out the whole hood and shit and all their partners and everyone they fuck with. But make sure that you guys look us up on Instagram at no_invite_podcast. Make sure that you guys follow us on SoundCloud, No Invite Podcast. You could go to the YouTube channel RiBirth Media Films, RiBirth Media Films with a Z. Make sure that you guys subscribe. We're gonna stay consistent. We're gonna keep it moving like we always do. It's the No Invite, man. Peace.
Yeah.
Follow the No Invite Podcast on Instagram. No_invite_podcast.